right, it's Coach Rob with Coach.win, and I've got John Lund with me here. John, how are you today?
I'm fantastic today.
Well, today I want to talk. We call ourselves AI native coaches. You and I both, I consider to be a little bit more technical than most of the business coaches out there. And you and I have spent a lot of time over the last couple of years really incorporating AI into our coaching business. And so I'd love to spend a little time today just kind of sharing. This is probably going to be useful for other coaches and for clients to understand why is it different to work with a coach that is AI native. You kind of want to share first. I mean, you've just recently onboarded a few clients and maybe talk to us about what does it look like to be an AI native coach?
I think the biggest difference now with being an AI native coach and using, the tools from, Claude and Copilot and like things like Whisper Flow while live in the meeting is the results and the conversations happen faster and with better next questions being asked. And that's what I really like is because they get to see results like we'll do a 30-minute section, whether it's on winning strategy or on accountability chart or on scorecard. We spend 30, 45 minutes. They take a 5-minute break. This beautiful, because we've developed skills for this beautiful thing shows up on their screen and they're like, oh, wait a minute. Yeah, that's what we meant or that's what we didn't mean. Let's adjust it. And we can make an adjustment. And then it shows back up on the screen again, and it's really allowing them to think deeper about their business at a much different pace than it was in the past. Before, pretty common, me and you would walk out of 2 days, we'd give them a great recap, but they'd have to go do a lot of work between sessions
Yes.
to take it to that next level. So it might be 3 months to get a good accountability chart, 3 to 6 months to get a good scorecard. Now, that's happening at just a very different pace, and what I really like about it is it's creating different conversations amongst the leadership team. That's what I've really liked. How about you? What have you seen as you've been using him?
Yeah, I mean, I've described it to people as it sounds obvious, but there's a lot we do pre-meeting. And so we've always done surveys, but now we've taken that to a new level with some of the AI tools. The prep I can do before a meeting, being able to take their strategy, the current state of the organization through the survey and other tools, and then being able to give the leaders a really meaningful document and podcast that allows them to come into the meeting better prepared than they've ever been before. And the crazy part is, because again, we've created a repeatable skills and process, it just happens faster than it's ever happened before. And so that's the first thing. And then, as you already said, during the meeting, it's really great to be able to. I feel like I have an assistant in the room now with Claude Cowork. And so for each of our clients, I have projects, and inside those projects, it has kind of the institutional memory of that client. So, like, I had a client ask me, they were like, so, what does our ENPS look like since we've been working with you? And I was just able to go into Cowork and say, give me a chart of every ENPS score since we've started working together. I didn't have to tell it where to look. I didn't have to tell it the file name. I didn't have to tell it anything. It just goes and does it. And the next thing we knew, I had this beautifully designed, um, ENPS chart. And then there's post meeting, which again, there's a couple of advantages to the post meeting is now it's so much more. We walk out of the meetings with better content, more details, and it's just incredible. And the follow up afterwards through the AI tools make sure that we're not missing anything. So that's what I kind of look at it as pre, during, and post. And I think you and I have done a pretty amazing job at being able to figure out how do we leverage AI in a way that is very meaningful so that we're still delivering great strategy and planning.
Yep, I totally agree. It allows us to really spend more time on strategy, and on questions, on facilitation of the leadership team, and less on the admin work, and they're getting better outcomes. We're all getting better results because of it. So it's been really fun to be an AI forward coach, and an embedded coach in their platform too can make a big difference as well.